What is up, guys? Johnny Cheese here, and welcome back to the club. And today we're going to talk about Metroidvania. It's probably one of my favorite subgenre of 2D games that are out there. Obviously, if we're talking Metroidvania, you got to talk about the games that inspired making this subgenre, Metroid and Castlevania. Now, with Castlevania, there wasn't really the term Metroidvania until about the same thing of the night when Konami decided to make a Castlevania game in the style of Super Metroid, where you're going through the castle and going back to various places. Since then, or before then, it was just a straight linear path with a little bit of branching, but they never had the RPG elements or the equipment elements that you would see in a Metroid title. So there's no getting extra health, there's no extra sub weapons, there's no weapons period. It's just, you're going from left to right, going and killing Dracula. But combine these two has probably created one of my favorite subgenres ever. So I'm going to take a look at 5 games that I think you guys should check out if you like that style of game. Now, rules for this list. Obviously, I'm not going to be putting Metroid and Metroidvania games on here. I mean, they kind of created the genre. You already know about them. You already love them, I hope. And I'm not going to include them on here. So we're going to go with, companies and franchises that have made Metroidvania style games, but are not directly linked to Nintendo or Konami. And if I missed one on here, please let me know in the comments, because I'm probably going to make a part 2 to this. And there are so many in the genre that we have to check out. So again, leave a comment down below if your favorite did not make the list, and I'll take a look at that in the future if I haven't already played it before myself. Yeah, so the first one we're going to look at is actually one of the newer ones on the market. It is called Biomorph. This is made by Liquid Dream Studios, and shout outs to them for providing a code. So full disclosure, I was provided a code for this game for review purposes. However, I am not being paid directly by the company to speak on the game. Just want to put that disclaimer out there. But that being said, man, this is a good time. I've only played about a half an hour of this. Now, the key thing with all these games, I'm only going through like the first half hour or so, or if I have a recent save file, I can show you later parts of the game, because man, Metroidvanias are long. But with Biomorph, I love the art style on this. It's, very well animated 2D work here. And also, I love the mechanic how in Metroidvanias, you tend to get equipment that will help you further on in later parts of the game. So maybe like double jumps, space jumps, flying abilities, things like that. From what I can tell though, with the beginnings of this game, it's not really that case. Now, with the title of Biomorph, you actually morph into certain enemies in the game. So as soon as you're done defeating them, you can press the shoulder button and you'll gain their abilities. So there are some that are, big lumbering biomorphs, and you can actually punch through walls to continue on in parts of the level. There are some that will automatically float if there's like spikes below you, so you can traverse the level that way. There's some that throw out specific projectiles that you'll need for puzzle solving later on. So from what I can tell so far in the story is that you're this creature that has amnesia, doesn't know who they are, where they came from, and you're slowly trying to piece together what's going on. So you're traversing this world, you're meeting up with other characters, and you're also doing missions for them as well to further along your progress in the map, and also your own personal progress as far as like abilities and things like that. But yeah, even though I've only played about half an hour of the game, I'm already loving it and gonna go back to it here soon. So Biomorph right now just recently came out on Steam. So they also announced that it's going to be coming out to Switch, PS5, and Xbox Series consoles in Q3 or Q4. Still working on the release dates on that. But yeah, like I said, I'm going back to this very, very soon. It's a hell of a time. So if you guys want to check out Biomorph, it's only $20 right now on Steam. Go check it out and wishlist it. And of course, if we're talking Metroidvania games, we can't leave out the one that initially got kickstarted because Konami refused to make a brand new one. So and the Screws just said, screw it, we'll go to the fans and we'll make it ourselves. And that's Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. So it's been a very long time since this game came out, and I've finally gotten around to playing it myself. And I tell you, like, if you're looking for that new Castlevania, Metroidvania game that Konami refuses to make, this is definitely it. So, I mean, it plays a lot on, yeah, they're not trying to reinvent the car here or anything. It's, a basic Metroidvania, but I am loving The graphics in this, the story, and I guess, like, I don't know if it was because of the version I bought, but they actually make it pretty overpowered at the beginning, and I believe because this is in conjunction with either 505 Games or Waypoint or Way Forward. There's Shantae stuff in here, so like I actually ended up making the character look like Shantae for a little bit. But yeah, I mean, like, this is a Metroidvania through and through. They try to keep things very close while trying to keep it original. There's ruins and, you know, different magic that you can get for the character. I'm just going through like the basic run. Apparently there's like more additional runs you can do with other characters, which I believe were Kickstarter incentives as well. Now, again, I haven't played a whole lot of this here, but man, this is one of those ones that, like, as soon as I started playing it, man, I got hooked. I'm like going through everything. I'm like, okay, I want to start doing these mechanics. I want to start going through these mechanics. My only exposure to the Bloodstained mythos, or the world, I guess, is I have played both of the 8-bit games, the Curse of the Moon, which is I guess like Kickstarter incentives that they had back in the day. Now, if I had a complaint on this, is I find it's a little bit too dialogue heavy in the beginning. Now, like, not to say like the other Metroidvanias haven't had like story or dialogue to it. It's just like, I just find it's a little bit too heavy at the beginning to get the story going. Other than that, I am still enjoying my time with this. So, I mean, you've probably, if you were into Metroidvania games, you've already played this here. I'm just, you know, kind of regurgitating everyone else's opinions at this point. But yeah, Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night, another fantastic Metroidvania game that you guys should check out. Next one, the developers have clearly stated that this is their, in their opinion, their spiritual successor to Super Metroid, and that's Shadow Complex. So this one came out, and this is pretty significant in the realm of like digital content distribution, because this was originally released on the Xbox 360. Back then, they had like a specific size limit, and you couldn't exceed that. This is probably one of the first games I ever downloaded that was like above like the, I want to say like the minimum requirement was like 200 megs or something like that. This one was like 2 gigs. This is a game that is developed by Epic and Chair. And this is, I think, Cliff Bleszinski's like little baby after he had finished up with the Gears of War. And you can see like a lot of the Gears of War staff worked on this game. But yeah, this one here, I remember hearing about it, like they demoed it at E3, and they're just like, hey, you like Super Metroid, you're gonna like this. And oh boy, did I ever like this. So you play, and I can't remember the character's name off the top of my head. We're just gonna call him Nolan North, because it's Nolan North doing the voice. It's Nolan North being this Nolan Northeast. So you're going on a hiking trip with this girl, and you stumble upon this like pseudo faction that wants to take over America. And through that, you start getting, you know, pieces for a suit of armor, and you're starting to, you know, learn the conspiracy and the story of everything. It does that thing too, where like you have to reach reverse areas, but like you have like the abilities later on. So you have like your staples of Super Metroid. So you get like speed boost, you've got double jumps, you've got grappling hooks. It's all over the place, and man, I love it. Like I said, like this was revolutionary for the point where, like, you know, people were making digital only games like this with this much scope and this much size. Mostly it was just like, yeah, we're gonna throw a few arcade games on the Xbox Live Arcade and call it a day. No one was just like, no, we're gonna make a completely original title and throw it on there. Yeah, the only problem I have with the game is that it just kind of ends. Like, there's not really that big of a boss fight. You just kind of like take out a platform and then punch the main guy in the face, and that's it. But yeah, I go back to this pretty frequently because this was one of my favorite games on the 360. It has since been remastered for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. So if you want to play it on a more modern console, you can do that. But yeah, another great Metroidvania game, Shadow Complex. It's actually available on the 360 still through backwards compatibility. But if you want to spend a little bit more money and get a little bit more of extra framework, go for the remaster on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Okay, next up is The Messenger. So I've already gone into great detail on this game when I talked about 10 modern retro games you should check out. So click the card in the corner if you want to watch that video for more thoughts on that. But I'll just kind of reiterate everything here. So we talked about it in the previous video where it's just like, it's more, it feels like Ninja Gaiden on there, but it's got a lot more Metroidvania stuff than you would think. Now, when you're first starting off the game, you're going in from level to level. It plays more like a traditional, just stage-driven, like Ninja Gaiden or old school Castlevania game. There's no real retraversal on there. You can't really go back to the previous areas. That's until you start getting the equipment, and then you get to the point where you go forward into the future, and everything becomes like Sega Genesis Mega Drive. So yeah, there's a lot of retraversal on that too. There's not a whole lot you really need to retraverse for, unless you want to collect all those little green medallions that are scattered throughout the world, or if you're looking for specific areas with crystals to help level up your character before the end game boss fight. But no, Sabotage made a fantastic game, and they've also created a fantastic world. So like, this is storyline wise the sequel to their most recent title, Sea of Stars. So the Messenger takes place 1,000 years in the future, past Sea of Stars. I'm not gonna go through all the details on that because I want y'all to play Sea of Stars if you haven't already, especially with the new DLC coming out soon. But like, there are plenty of videos out there if you want to look up like the lore and how everything interconnects with the Messenger and Sea of Stars. I would highly recommend checking out those videos. But if you're looking for a tongue-in-cheek Metroidvania that doesn't take itself too seriously, but it's still tons of fun, be sure to check out the Messenger, and also check out the DLC that comes with it, because that's pretty crazy as well. And then finally, I've saved, I think, the hardest one for last. I'm talking about Hollow Knight. So this one has been out for a while, and this one has been recommended to me several times by friends and viewers, saying like, if you like Metroidvania games, you'll love this. But to let you know, it's a little soulsy, so like, you have to be pretty good on your attacks, your dodging, and all that fun stuff. Hollow Knight, again, huge map. You have to retraverse areas. You do get abilities to help you retraverse areas, but the main emphasis on this is the combat and like the Souls-like structure. So you pick up these little crags or gems. I'm not sure, they kind of look like sand dollars to me, but these are used to help level up your knight and to help take out the bosses. Now, like I said, like, this game is extremely hard. Pattern recognition is key. You got to know when enemies are attacking, when to defend, when to run away. Like, this game is hard, especially like the room here with the 3 Hollow Knights that come after you. This room kicked my ass so many times. I wanted to break the controller, and that's a good thing. I like a good challenge like that. But yeah, Hollow Knight is such a fantastic game, and please, it's just, if you're not going to show a new trailer, devs, just give us some new update on Silksong. Like, this was something that was promised last year on Game Pass, and we still don't have anything on it. Like, please, like, let us know what is going on. Like, this is probably one of the bigger games in the dark since Metroid Prime 4. Now that we finally have got footage on that, but we've got nothing on Silksong. But until then, go play Hollow Knight and get yourself caught up before Silksong maybe comes out. And if you haven't played it in a while, give it another shot, because Hollow Knight is a great experience. So those are 5 Metroidvania games I think you guys should check out. Obviously, I left out a ton. There's some great ones that I haven't even mentioned. Of course, if you want me to talk about them more, leave a comment down below. And if there's one that you think I might have missed that I should check out, again, leave a comment down below. Also, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, hit the bell notifications so you know whenever I put a new video out. Again, likes really do help the channel, because it lets me know if I should keep doing this content or not, or maybe I should move on to something else. So until then, I'm Giant Chase, and I got more games to play, club. I will see you in the next one. Take care.